President Donald Trump has just tanked the stock market. In tonight's video, I'm going to be going over why we are selling off so much in the after hours, as well as preparing you guys to trade the best setups at the best prices. What is going on, traders? We guys crushed it today. In this video, I'm going to be going over why we're selling off right now, the best trades we ended up taking today, as well as preparing you guys to trade the best setups at the best prices. Let's get into it. So, first things first, look at this chart. So, let me just go off by the best trade the Daily Sniper community ended up taking today, okay? I ended up hopping on live stream just before 1 p.m. Eastern time, 3 hours before market open. And this is what I said. I'm going to show you right now, where we don't just talk the talk, we back it up, okay? So this was today's trading plan, and this is what I said around 1:19 p.m. Eastern time. This is a U-turn level. If we cannot hold support, we will fall to 565. I am currently in puts, stop loss, new high of day, selling these in the freaking money. I ended up getting puts at the exact high of the day today, and everyone was wondering why. Because if you look at the 30-minute time frame, at one point, this candle, this 30-minute candle right here, this very bearish candle, ended up being extremely bullish towards the highs. Like, anyone is like, why are you doing shorts? What's the point? Like, look how bullish everything is. Let me show you right now, okay? 30-minute time frame. Look at this level, 566.65. Look left, right? This is the previous floor that we had. Every time we bounce, we went to 570s. Every single time we bounces, and once we ended up rejecting this level, where did we go to? We went all the way to 561 and under, right? You could follow this level across. It's been a previous resistance level, previous support level at the 566.65 level. And we knew this is a U-turn level. What does a U-turn level mean? It means when you are entering a trade, going against the trend, you are entering a trade where the top level or the bottom level is a potential U-turn level to go all the way back down. Even though we're going against a trend, even though everything is bullish, this is the level that we could end up going down. So I end up getting in without confirmation. Why did I end up getting in? I'm going to show you my thought process throughout the way. So let's look at this level, right? This is the 5-minute time frame. This is how I've been scalping my trades. I look at big key levels, big key levels, big key levels, right? Big key levels. I'm looking for a support, a break, and a retest. That's what I'm looking for personally for my trading style, okay? So this morning, we had every reason to continue higher, because if you look at my trading plan that I just showed in the Discord, right? This is what I posted this morning. You could pause it here, go back to it. 559. And if you've been watching my videos, we knew that 559 holds, we're going straight to 561. I've said this repeatedly in my last present YouTube video. So even though this morning's pump was out of the norm, we broke through it, came back down, tested as support. Next candle, held it as support. Look where the body wicks are closing. Closing above 559, closing above 559. This is why we got the pump to 561. Not only that, look at 560, right? A massive, massive psychological level. This blue line right here. We broke 560, held it as support once, held it as support twice. The same thing we did at 559, okay? And then look at every level to the upside. We ended up holding support, we rip up to the next key level. We hold, it looks like a fake breakdown, rip right back up, hold support, run. Came back down, held support, ran. Came back down, held support, ran. Every key level was breaking and not retesting, except a certain few. And I'm going to be going over which levels did not break. So first things first, why I got into puts right here? Easy. Look at 565. This was a big level. I don't have time in this video to go over it, but if you scroll left, you're going to see all the support and all the weakness at 565. We ended up breaking through this level, right? So I knew my price target, as I wrote in the chat, was 565, $2.45 from the high. A 2.5 dollar put down to the downside. And look what happened. We ended up coming to my level, overshot it, kept going down. We didn't retest this level. Okay, all right. Now let's look at 564, another big level. Look at this morning's support here, right? We broke through it, resistance, drop, okay? Look where we ended up dropping to. Look left, the previous support, previous resistance of the day. This happened to be the previous closing price from the prior day, Tuesday's close. Okay, so we knew not to be in puts past this level. And look at the bounce that we got. Boom, sold off. Bounce again, right? So the break and the retest method is the one that works the most out of any strategy that you trade at all. It's literally the best strategy. Do you know why? Because everyone online, all these YouTubers, everyone's selling courses. They're all doing these fair value gaps. They're all doing London highs, London lows. They're all using stupid indicators that only work freaking 50% of the time. And they're trying to sell you courses. Do you know what I do? I teach you how to create key levels and how to trade off of key levels. I could trade any chart in the S&P 500 or the Qs with zero levels. I can go make my levels and make money. And that's why I decided to start this program, because it's so important. Yes, indicators can help you. Yes, sometimes they may be able to get a better entry. But you know what? All I buy is SPY's history. I look at big rejections and big support levels, and then I trade off of that. And we knew at the 566.60 level, it is the craziest level, because you know why? This is what I talk about, U-turn level. Because if we ended up holding support here, it's an empty pocket, $3 up. And if we held support here, another $3 empty pocket upwards. So when you're entering an empty pocket like this, the easiest thing to do is to just do the opposite before entering the empty pocket. All right? For this side, it's definitely puts. Going to the downside, it's definitely calls, because the amount of money it's going to take to run this over $3 up, it's very unlikely. Empty pocket means there's no levels in here. It's 568, and then it's 568.50 to 570, which is exactly what we ended up doing in the pre-market. This is why I was bearish up here. A lot of people were wondering, why are you bearish? Why are you bearish? I know my shit. This is what I do for a living, right? I trade the best levels possible. I'm looking at in fine detail. I'm a nerd when it comes to charting. All I am doing is watching and creating the best levels possible. And guess what? When the VIX is over $20, it's very volatile. You're going to see, especially trading SPY, the S&P 500, you're going to see very big volatile moves to the upside and the downside, like have you been witnessing for the last few days. It happens, right? So I traded the U-turn level. What does that mean? I'm trading and buying this level, and I'm wrong once. Because if I get stopped out and we hold support here, all I got to do is switch the calls, because it's a free money all the way to pretty much 569. That is the reason why I ended up getting puts here. And I ended up getting same days here. I didn't go size in a lot, but I still made a crap ton of money on the day today as well. We hit a couple trades this morning, and this was by far the best trade. The second trade, best trade I ended up getting into, guess what it was? 560 calls. So let's go back, right? I want to show you this. So a lot of people don't like buying calls or puts, calls at the high day, puts at the low day. It sounds stupid, right? Like, I'm not buying calls here. We're way too high. Look where we bought calls. This fucking candle is when I ended up buying 559 calls and brought these disgustingly in the money. Why? Because 560 is a massive psychological level. The level beneath of us, 558.87, pretty much 559, support. And then we ended up getting support at 560. Of course, we're going to continue to ride up, because every little's breaking, retesting, breaking, retesting, breaking, retesting, breaking, retesting, right? And the levels that SPY does not retest, as you could tell, it comes out and it retests it, right? Breakthrough, we eventually come back to retest it, okay? We break through this level, we eventually come back to retest it. That's what you need to understand about SPY. So many people are they're so confused, and they're trading a million stocks at once. They're looking at a million tickers at once. Guys, all I do is trade SPY, right? I trade the S&P 500, and it obviously in hindsight, it's easy. It's taken me a long time to get to here, but I understand SPY. I understand the way it moves. I understand when VIX is elevated, that the best setup possible on my chart, it may extend $1, $2, right? I know that. And that's what I get for just trading one ticker. I'm able to understand price action with just one ticker. I master one ticker, right? That's it. Mastering one thing. I'm not dabbling in half decent at a bunch of other stocks. I'm a little good at Tesla. I'm a little good at Nvidia. I'm a little good at the Q. No, I do one ticker and I master one ticker. And this is how I was able to make 7 figures in the last 9 years consecutively, right? Because I know what I'm doing. And I'm not using fancy indicators. I'm not buying indicators from random Joe Blows, right? I'm not making an indicator and making me buy or sell. I'm not reliant on anything other than SPY's history. And that is what gives me my personal edge on the market. I don't rely on anything but the history of SPY. And from my experience, this is probably the best strategy you could ever learn out there, because you're not trading, no indicator telling you to buy or sell. You don't have a stupid POC telling you what to do. You have big key levels. You have history of a stock hitting levels. So you can look, zoom out and see how many touch points of a support that we have, how many resistances do we have at this level. That's why I personally choose to trade key levels, and that's how I find my success in the market. And that's why I was able to buy at one point, the high of the day, 560 calls or 559 calls, and people may have thought I'm crazy. And then I also bought 557 puts, and everyone thought I was crazy. Got the high of the day and bought calls at the high of the day. Shorted the high of the day, ended up buying calls at the previous high day, the morning's trading session, from just trading key levels and understanding the break and retest method. That's it. This is the easiest strategy in the world. I live stream every single day to our community in the morning and at 1 p.m. every single day. And today, as soon as I got on, guys, we so happened to catch the best trade of the day. Literally caught the best trade of the day. We caught 2, 560 calls, 559 calls, bam, and then 557 puts. That's it. So what's the game plan for tomorrow, right? If you would ask me the game plan for tomorrow on the chart looking like this, I would have had a different game plan. Now when you scroll out, when you scroll out a little, oh shit, Donald Trump crashed the market. Why did Donald Trump crash the market? I'm going to tell you right now. 30% tariffs on China, a lot of tariffs on the different countries. What does that mean to us as traders? Well, if you're scalpers and you're day traders, you don't give an F what happens, right? We trade levels. I don't care if the stock market jumps up $50 tomorrow or dumps $50 tomorrow. We trade what we see because we're in control of our money, right? So why is the market tanking? Simple. The market does not like uncertainty. You see how basic that is? How easy that is to understand? You don't need to watch a million YouTube videos. You just got to be like, why is the market tanking? Easy. What Trump's doing is bullish for the stock market in long term. In short term, it's bearish for the stock market. And when traders and retail and market makers are uncertain about the news, obviously it's just a sell, right? Look, we went from the high of what? Almost 571, and we're currently trading at 551. And you know how many people bought calls because this ended up looking like a bullish move? Idiots, right? We trade what we see. We're in control of our losses at all times. This is how you find your edge in the market. This is how you're able to become successful in the market, is from zero swing trading, zero out the money options, and you trade what you see. And the best trades that we took today is 559 calls and 557 puts. And if you look at the chart right now, it's what we do. It's like, you can't make this up. I do this live on live stream every day, and I'm calling it out live. So I not only do you have to take my word for it, I literally posted, time-stamped it without it being edited. I know what I'm doing, and I do this to help people. And guess what? The strategy that I trade, it's not a fucking 100% win rate. There's losses involved with it. That's why it's so important to understand risk management. Every cookie cutter strategy that you find on YouTube, what course you pay for, doesn't work all the time. So this is what I tell everybody. Out of 10 trades, we know if you're watching this video and you trade, you're going to be right 60 to 80% of the time. Right? So if you lose 3 to 4 trades, you should still be profitable on paper, right? Why are you not profitable? Because you're letting your losses outweigh your wins. If you had a system in play for stop losses, so out of 10 trades, I'm risking, hypothetically speaking, 25 cents a contract, right? 25 cents of a max position. Like, just say $250, $250. You're going to be making more than $250 7 times in a row. So those 3 to 4 losses, you're still profitable. But people can't understand this, and they're winning so much. Like, oh, win. I'm winning. Yeah, $250, nice. $300, nice. $500, nice. $400, nice. $600, nice. Loss, $1,000. Loss, $1,200. Does that sound familiar? So trading comes down to a mathematical equation, and I can't tell you what that is. It's all depending on your portfolio, your size account, your tradability, how experienced you are, right? You need to find how, like, one strategy, back test it, whatever you plan to do to be profitable in this market, you need to back test, and then you come up with your math. Like, so many traders like, oh, $500 a day is $200,000 a year, $600 or $200 a day is $100,000 a year, whatever the math ends up being. It's like, maybe, but that math ain't mathin'. You get me? Like, you're not going to win 100% of the time. You need to take into consideration losses, and people don't do that. Like, does this remind you of yourself? Because it used to be me. I would have a compounding calculator. I'm writing down 10K compounded 10% a day. Okay, made $1,000. 10% off that, $1,000. 10% off that. Oh shit! In fucking 3 months, I'm a millionaire. Stupid. You need to calculate losses into your equation, because if you knew how to win every single day and all your mentors knew how to win every single day, they would be billionaires. Don't buy the dream on these random mentors that sell you on a dream. Don't do that, okay? I've been the test rabbit. I've been the bunny, okay? I've bought these programs to see how to make my business better, and going into them, they're all trash. And I'm talking about like companies that are charging over 200 plus a month. I bought all of them. They're all garbage, man. They all make more money than they'll make more money off their business than they're making trading. At this company, I make more money trading. Firstly, I'm a father. Secondly, I'm a day trader. Thirdly, I am a businessman. And that is how I will continue to run this day in and day out. First things first, family. Second thing first, I'm a day trader. I can make more money than any company can pay me, right? And I do this for real on live stream every single day. Have like a 4-year track record of online live streaming. Okay, so I do this for real. And yes, guess what? I take losses. Yes, sometimes I don't cut properly and I hold a little bit longer when I shouldn't have. I'm guilty of it too, guys. But guess what? Every 365 days, I'm green. Every time, every year, I'm green and green and green. So even if I have a 1 week losing streak, I'm not tripping out. I'm confident. Even if I have a 1 month losing streak, I'm fine. I still got 11 months left. It all comes down to the math equation, right? So for instance, what I was telling the Discord today, if I'm trying to make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per trade, hypothetically, right? If that was my goal and that's what I want to make every trade, why would I take a $20,000 loss on one position? You understand that? And that's what a lot of new traders are doing. They want to just try to make $100. They just want to make $200, but they'll take $1,000 loss. It all comes down to your risk management. Enough is enough. TED Talk done. What is the game plan for tomorrow? Honestly, we're extremely bearish right now. So what do? Right? When we have a move like this, the first thing I like doing is first of all, you could click the monthly time frame, right? Just to get some levels. The previous month, we mark out the previous high and we mark out the previous low. Okay, then I'm going to go to the weekly time frame. I'm going to mark out the previous high and then I'm going to mark out the previous low. Okay, so now we got some levels, and now I'm going to go to this week's low and this week's high. So now we have certain key levels to be watching. Then I'm going to go to the 30-minute time frame, right? You're lucky that I have all these levels. I'm a scalper. This is why my screen is so messy. Let's look at the downside, right? So when you zoom out a bit, where do you see big bounce levels? You tell me, right? Obviously 550, no brainer. Obviously 548, no brainer, right? 553.70. Look at all the bounces here. You can even stretch that to 552, but 553.70. Wicked, phenomenal, right? So we have the lower levels. If we end up cracking Monday's low. Look at where we're going. 541.32. Look underneath that. 521.95. Okay? Okay, that's a big exaggeration. That's cap. That's cap. Okay, so like 538 to 535. I don't have these levels here, but I have them in my head because we made them on live stream. So look at the downside potential once we take out Monday's lows. It's a big drop, right? But history is showing us, because we zoom out and look left, that the 550 level is a massive support level, and the 548 level is a massive support level. So above these, around these, you're going to be waiting for a 30-minute confirmation candle to go long. And this is what I teach my students. So this is the level we should be watching, right? For bullish reversal. This is what I'll tell my students. Don't touch calls till 553.70. Look how many key levels that is away. 1, 2, 3, almost 4 points away from the level that we need to hold support. Why am I doing that? Because I'm waiting for confirmation. Because if we get a big bounce of 550 and end up holding 553.70 as support, look where we're going. Once we hold this level as support, watch. Look where we go, right? Look where we go, right? Look where we go, right? Look where, it's common sense, guys. The chart tells you everything you need to know, right? So above 550, we want a couple 30-minute bullish confirmations. At 553.70, this is where I'm looking to go long. First price target, I'm going to sell at 556. Second price target, I'm going to sell at 558. Third price target, I'm going to sell at 559, 560, 561. Do you see all these key levels right now? You see how bunched together they are, right? Now look at today. Look at where I shorted today. You see how big this gap is? You see how big this gap is? I love trading U-turn levels and empty pockets, which you need to be able to identify. And I'm just dropping a program next week, and I explain all of this. So we do it in the Discord a little, but I have more in-depth video. If you're interested, the link will be in the bio next week. But that's it, guys. Like, I'm the most basic trader. You give me any chart, I could trade it. I'm not using freaking fair value gaps and all this freaking BS cookie cutter trades, right? I'm not using a million indicators sold to me by frauds. This is what I trade. I trade what I see, okay? That's all I do, is trade what I see. And if I could do it, you could do it. And that's what I want you guys to understand, that. Out of 10 trades, everyone watching this video, you know you're right more than you're wrong, right? You'll make winning trades more. You'll make more winning trades than you're wrong. Correct? Correct. But why are you not profitable? Because your losses are out of control. This is why I designed this program, to help people with losses. So, game plan. I can't even give you a big game plan right now. This is what I want you to do. 550, make or break it. If we reject 550, it's $4 down to 546.40. Okay? So if you see weakness at 550, we're gonna dump 4 points. Okay? Cool. 550 support, we end up opening above 550, and we come back down to retest it. If we start holding this, wait till 553.71. You're gonna hit calls for 3 points up. That's all I can tell you. And just say, hypothetically, we end up opening above 560. Say some news happens overnight and we flip bullish. You're going to want to get 560 calls, 559 calls, preferably to 563. Until then, look it. If we reject this, right, 546.40, look at the empty pocket. You're talking about 3 to 4 points down. This is the U-turn level. This is where you're wrong once. If I get faked out and it's looking like a support and I buy calls and it makes a new low, I switch to puts and I make my money back plus some. That's the U-turn level, okay? So keep in mind, I'll give you a more into-depth trading plan once we open in the morning, guys. I give it every day, 15 minutes for market open, live stream pre-market and market open too. So if you'd like to be a part of the #1 options Discord in the world, the link is in the bio, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, link is in the bio for that as well. And Let's make some money, guys. This is what life's about, right? We're trying to change our financial freedom. If you want to change it, I changed mine. I can't promise you anything, but the tools I know made me successful, and I can help you out as much as possible. Thank you guys so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Take care, guys.